So Jeff, I guess the first thing, just tell us your name and introduce yourself. Who are you?
Well, you know my name. My name is Jeff Gault, and I'm the, I guess, the producer and the owner of this video, which is, as you know, intended as a message to the family, to the grandkids, future family, grandkids, etc., on life experiences. Well, the original Mille Miglia dates were 1927 to 1957, and it was a race. In 1957, there was a massive accident. People perished, and so it was stopped. And then in 1987, the Brescia Auto Club brought it back as a reenactment, but turned it into a 4-day time distance rally. Authorized cars, or cars that were eligible, had to have been a car, not the car, but a model and the year that actually ran between 1927 and 1957. Yes, I participated in the Mille in 2019, didn't complete it, 2021, 2022, 2023, and 24. And the route was pretty much the same route until this year. And it was a very different route this year.
What keeps you coming back?
Oh, it's simple, it's a challenge. I mean, it's a massive challenge. It's not just the driving, because the driving is part of it. It's all about preparation, and teamwork. If the cars and the drivers and the co-drivers, the navigators are not prepped, you'll fail. If you don't know how to work as a team, you'll fail. And we have a fantastic team. Everybody works hard together.
So my name's Nicole Snowden, and my position in Team Gault is basically to look after everybody. Make sure everybody is where they need to be at the right time, make sure everyone is fed and watered and has a bed for the night.
My name's Alex Skinner. I'm the Chief Mechanic in Team Gault. Known Jeff since 2019, and he's entrusted me to restore his cars and maintain them and look after them on the events.
No one will finish the Mille doing it solo without a team and without prepping and practicing.
Team Gault.
Kent and I have done the Mille. This is our third time. We've done a lot of driving together. We did this, we've done the Winter Marathon, Lime Rock, and we usually switch every couple hours. But he's a fabulous driver, fabulous mechanic. Well, the car, I purchased that car, I think 2018 or 19. And, you know, over the years, as you drive cars, and you drive them hard on these races, these rallies, you basically rebuild the car essentially every year.
It's the 1955 Jaguar XK 140 fixed head coupe. We've rebuilt the engine twice. We're on our third gearbox. Everything has changed, even the colour. It's gone from a normal road car to now more of a race car for the road. It's been evolution, and when you break something, you upgrade it.
this route's different than the normal route. The normal route goes clockwise from Brescia to Servia to Rome, Parma, back to Brescia. This went from Brescia counterclockwise to Turin, and then Turin down to Viareggio, and then the third day is Viareggio to Rome, and then Rome to Bologna, which was a 16-hour day, and then Bologna back to Brescia. You're driving the entire thing using a route book, which gives you instructions meter by meter, kilometer by kilometer. And if you miss a stamp, you get disqualified. And then in between all that, you have regularity tests, which are basically point A to point B, which could be 100 meters, could be 500 meters. And when you get to point A, you look at the book and you have 6 seconds to get to point B. And from point B to point C, you have 15 seconds, and it's all done between your eye, your co-driver, and the car. So yeah, it's exhausting. When we were coming up over the mountains from the Turin, the fog all rolled in, and it got cold, right? It got very cold. We were fine inside our car, but it was a very different drive because instead of being, if you will, on the east coast of Italy, we basically drove the west side, and so we had a lot of wind coming in. It's the Italian Riviera, so that road that we took is on the cliff above the beach.
Team Gault is so much more than just rallies. We have obviously Adele there, his wife has been there, Alicia, we had friends there this year with them. It's so much more than just the rally. The whole thing that Jeff has put together and the involvement that he gives everybody is it's just lovely.
The challenge and the toughness of it is balanced by the fun of going into all the towns and seeing the kids and the families, because it's a national holiday. I mean, the whole country is out there with flags. But when you drive in Rome, there are people at 11 o'clock at night lining the streets. It's indescribable because you're driving into the Villa Borghese and there are literally thousands of people there waiting for you. The challenge is directly proportional to the speed, and I've been known to be a quick driver. You have working against you any number of factors. You've got the weather, you've got temperature, good roads, bad roads, difficult conditions, very long hours. You know, a typical day, 10, 12 hours, which means 2 fuel stops. You have specified times you got to arrive to get your stamps.
We carry a huge range of spares. We have got spare brakes, front and rear, the brake master cylinders. We've got cylinder head gaskets, everything you could think, barring an engine or a gearbox. You know, from a water pump, and we carry a radiator, a clutch, down to a spare door mirror because it has been known that the door mirrors have gone missing.
Well, Siena's a walled city. It's the top of this mountain. So when you drive in, you're driving down these little 12-foot, 18-foot wide pedestrian streets. You eventually get into Piazza del Campo, which is the large piazza in the middle of Siena. That's the location of the Palio, which is the infamous horse race. And it's breathtaking when you see a couple of hundred vintage cars in the middle of this piazza. And then when you get in at night, which is sometimes 10, 11, midnight, then the car's got to be worked on. So, you know, while the driver has the luxury of falling asleep, the crew has to prep the car and prep the crew, the drivers and co-driver, for the next day. So this is very different than any other event I've ever done. The grandkids have asked me about this. Well, actually, my daughters, we've talked about that as a family. Why would you do it? I mean, this is ridiculous, right? Fly to Italy, have the car shipped, the crew, and go through 4 or 5 days of 12, 15 hours a day. Why would you do that to yourself? And what I tell them is, aside from the fact that it's like a lot of fun, it's a proxy for what you're going to need to do in your life. So you're going to practice. You're going to prepare. You're going to constantly prepare. So that means that if you got a final exam on a Monday, you don't start studying Sunday night. You prep, practice, and everything is done in teamwork. I mean, there's lots of cars. I think my math will be wrong, but I think of the 440 cars, I'll bet it's like 100 never finish. Yeah, which is just brutal after all that work.
It's greatly rewarding to see that the car that you've prepped and looked after has managed to do that 1,200 miles fault-free. Yeah, 100% success rate so far.
Absolutely love it. It's the highlight of my year doing these for Jeff. They are hard work. They are long hours, and it's hard work. And you finish it and you know that you've done a few good days' work, but they are brilliant. We all rally around Jeff. We all want the best for Jeff, and we just want Jeff to go out, not have to think about anything other than getting in the car, driving and enjoying his days.
So, I mean, we do it, and when you finish it, and Nicole brings the bag, which has the cigars and the whiskey, and we drink, and we celebrate finishing. We don't celebrate, it doesn't matter how we did, although it does. I guess we last year we came in, I think our ranking was like 230 or 240, and this year we finished up at 119, which is pretty good. Like I said at the beginning of all this, it's not important to measure your progress in your life, literally year by year. But you want to finish what you started, whatever that is. And that's what the Mille is.